gamers out there, Goblin93 here, and welcome to episode 5 of Building a Minecraft City 2.0. Now, in the last episode that we did leave off, so we're building the teacup ride, I was actually able to finish it off camera. Because unfortunately, though, the reason why I had to finish off camera is because the video cut, though, after reaching an hour. So, which one am I going to build next? Gotta build one of these, but I just don't know which one to build. Gotta think. I mean, would it be smart, though, to actually kind of, like, finish up over here, though? Oh, that's right! I still need to do the ghost train. Like I said in the last episode, I'll save the ghost train for this episode. I did say that. Now, here's the thing, though. I need to go 17, then 17. But, starting from this corner over here. So, I need to grab out stone bricks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Because I know it's a 17 by 17. I do know that. Whoa, jeez. One of my castles actually just scared me. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There we go. 17 by 17. It's going to be right here. Now this one is also going to take forever, though. Because this one is going to be over an hour long, so this is going to need to be split into 2 parts, though. Yep. That's right. 17 by 17. I knew it.
Are the instructions on starting you will need throughout the build. Please do make sure that you have access to all of these, but not only will we need these, we will also need these as well.
So I'm going to stick a chest over here, though.
Materials, I hope you're prepared. Begin by placing 2 stone bricks on top of the previously designated start position. 1, 2. Then, extend the second brick to the right by 18 using upside.
Oh wait, I need stone stairs. That's right, I'm gonna need stone stairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Upside down stone stairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Then, place a row of 4
1, 2, 3, 4.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then, extending backwards, place 2 upside down stone stairs. 1, 2. Then, place a stone brick. 7 more stairs.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7. Stone brick, and then join down to the ground. Extend across the entire back of the build using upside down stone stairs. I don't know what the measurement for this is, other than the fact that we want to line it up with the stairs on the front of the build.
There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That, and then that.
To extend the stone brick forwards using 7 upside down stairs.
No, I think it goes like this, though.
4, 5, 6, 7. Place a stone brick, 2 more upside down stairs, and there we go. From here, we can simply build the entire underneath of this platform that we have created in using stone bricks. There's really not too much more to it.
Good thing we gotta patch this in, though. Which I'm going to do ahead of time, though, to make it easier on myself.
going to build the foundation.
Oh wow.
Using
I was way ahead of him.
once again, this is very simple. We simply want to connect the entire top of the platform that we have created. This is going to be the base.
Oh wow. I was way ahead of him. And I mean way ahead.
Smoothed off and filled in using stone bricks.
Now that does remind me though, I'm still gonna need to build 2 more food trucks though, a pizza truck and a taco truck.
The platform complete, we can now start working on the rest of the structure. Come all the way over to the front left-hand corner of the platform and begin by placing a row of 5 stone bricks.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We then
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All the way over to the right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Connected to the opposite corner of the platform. Not only that, we want to extend it backwards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Back corner of the platform. Extend it all the way across the back, and you might have guessed it. Join it down to the opposite back corner of the platform, and then extend forwards like this. So from here, we also want to add 2 additional rows of stone bricks. On the left and right side, you may remember that we have a row of stone bricks separating 2 rows of upside down stairs. Well, we just want to extend those stone bricks upwards, just like this. So the next thing that we want to do, now that we have laid out the structure of the ground level, we want to move on. So to do this, we want to come all the way back to the front left-hand corner of the platform, here, and place a row of 4 stone bricks
1, 2, 3, 4.
across this corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then right by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4,
1, 2, 3, 4,
Extend
5.
all the way down to the lower part of the platform, and then extend the same 5th block all the way backwards and join it down to the back
So where it looks
of
like
the
this,
lower
though.
level of the platform as well. Extend across, going down to this corner.
1,
and
2,
extend forward.
3,
Offset,
4.
making a
Wait, that's because
rectangle
of 4 though, right? Yeah.
And we want to do this on the opposite side as well. So if you come
Yeah,
to the
1,
front
2,
right corner
3,
of the
4.
platform,
1,
extend
2,
forwards by 1,
3,
2,
4, 5.
4, left by 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then join down, and then extend the corners backwards and join them down to the lower
Like
level
this.
of the platform, as we did on the opposite side. Join them down, and then all the way back to the beginning again, so that we have.
So I need...
Like,
Okay, so I'm gonna need a lot of stuff though. I'm gonna need polished deep slate. I'm gonna need polished black stone, right? Yes. Then I'm gonna need polished black stone stairs as well. And polished deep slate stairs. There we go.
hey, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of a frog. I don't know if anybody else sees that. So,
Oh.
now that we have done
Now I can't see the frog.
The next thing that we are going to do is fill the center of this particular level of the platform in using stone brick. So just like we did on the previous level, we are now making the first floor, if you like. If the floor below us is the ground floor, then this is the
I really hate when this happens though, like
fill this in.
when I have to like do that though as well though, it's such a pain in the butt.
Wow.
So now that we have something resembling a first floor, we are now able to make the center part of the first floor as well. So not only do we have this left and right side, we need something in the middle. So if you come all the way to the front middle-ish part of your build, where the row of stone bricks here connects down to the platform, right of this, we want to count inwards from this block.
1,
1,
2,
2, 3. So on top of this, we want to place a row of 7
2,
stone
3,
bricks.
4,
So
5,
1,
6, 7.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just like this. So this row of 7 here then wants to get extended all the way over to the right, and then of course down in the equivalent position just on the right side here. We also want to extend this 7th row forwards by 1 rep, like this, and then extend it backwards by 8 rows.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That should line up with the rest of the back of the build, and you can even just join it down like this. So let's extend this corner across, join it down to the back of the platform, even and level with the rest of the back of the build, and then join it forward, just like so. So the next part of this is relatively simple. We are going to fill in the tops of the left and right side of the first floor of our build. We have 2 floors in total, so if you don't include the ground, we're using the hotel system. We have a ground level, which is where we start.
There we
go.
go.
Floor number 1, and there is a floor number 2 as well, which is hidden in the attic of the center part of the ghost train. So that's going to be up there somewhere. So now that we filled the tops of these in, I now want to give them roofs, and I kind of want to give the entire build roofs. On the back of the build, where the build is kind of like split into 2, so literally like the lower half and the upper half, we have this horizontal row of stone bricks. I want you to add an additional row of stone bricks here, just hanging off of the back of the build. So the next thing is that we are going to have the 2 little sort of flat roofs made first. So, or better yet, actually, we can place a row of polished deep slate stairs all the way around the edge of the middle part of the build, which is why we just added the additional row just on the back here, extending on. There's a good reason for that, and you're going to see it in a second. So once we have added all of these deep slate stairs, which is fun to say because of the amount of essence. So now that we have placed this, underneath these stairs, starting from any one of the corners, we want to place a slab. And then we want to leave a gap of 1 and continue placing slabs all the way around the edge. And if we have done things correctly, then we should have a nice even pattern dispersed all the way around the edge of the middle of our build. And this is kind of going to keep things separate. So this is one of the ways that we kind of separated the lower level of the build from the...
There we go.
We kind of have like almost a skirt going all the way around, and now the frog has a mustache.
Oh my god, now I can't unsee it again.
Up to the next level, and we are going to place polished deep slate stairs all the way around the top of the left and right side of the build. Not only that, it will extend across the back of the build as well. So the stairs kind of only stop and separate just in the middle of the front where they join to the center, just like this. And then we're going to use polished blackstone slabs to make 2 square sort of flat. It's not really a flat roof because it is well not flat, but we want to just use the polished blackstone slabs on the left and right side, and we just want to have, it's just an ever so slightly raised roof. It will come to a natural end when we just have these 2 little, there we go, when there are just 2 rows in the center, it will kind of come to a natural end. And of course we want to achieve the exact same effect on the opposite side as well.
Oh dear. Damn it. got that also situated though. Let me actually grab our warped fences real quick. There we go. So now I'm gonna need them. What the hell? Let's not click the mute button.
Perfect. So now that we have added the two smaller roofs, it's now time for us to make the larger roof. This is really easy. On the left and right side, we have two long rows of stone bricks. We want to turn these into triangular shapes instead of just two flat lines. The way to do that, of course, is by slowly adding ever shortening rows of stone bricks on top of the base row, kind of like a pyramid. We want to do this on both sides. This roof is the most complicated roof, and yet it is still relatively simple. So, once you have the two guide rows, we want to, at the edge of the roof, on the front and the back, we want to have a row of deep slate stairs. The center of the roof is going to be made up using polished blackstone stairs. The sides of the roof that overhang the rows of stone bricks that we've just placed want to be deep slate stairs. And we also want to, on the corner, add polished deep slate slabs. And we want to, every other row, place a row of polished deep slate slabs. So just going to extend this an additional row over. We want to have the exact same effect that we created just down below. It's also worth mentioning that we do not want to have this effect on the two smaller roofs. We are using it sparingly. So there you go. That's as easy as it gets. That is how the main roof, or the more complicated roof, the largest roof, the tallest roof, wants to look.
I need to do upside down versions of them now. Kind of like this. Like that.
Oh, and also we do want to have upside down deep slate stairs underneath the overhanging row of deep slate stairs. I forgot to mention that.
Like that. There we go.
Choose to add a little bit of extra detail up at the top. I just noticed a little aberrant deep slate there. So, all the way up at the top, you may choose to grab yourself a polished deep slate wall or a polished blackstone wall. On the front of the build, specifically the top front of the build, place a wall on the end with warped fence in between, with a wall on the opposite end, just all the way up at the top of the roof. You might find that you like that little bit of extra on the roof. That might not be for everybody, but options. So, to make it easy to add all of the details to the actual building itself, it would be best for us to give ourselves a nice, empty blank.
I gotta get rid of all this stuff though, except for like this stuff. There we go, and I gotta close this back off real quick, like this. There we go. And now I just have to... There we go. Now I got a blank canvas at the bottom of the...
Blank canvas. So that involves filling all of the walls in using stone bricks. If we start on the left side of the build, we pretty much want to fill the entire left side of the build in, except for the bottom right part, which is going to be open, and that is kind of like the front, the entrance to our ghost train. So that nice little part, which kind of looks like a porch, wants to be nice and left open. The entire back of the build, however, the entire backside wants to be completely filled in using stone bricks. So anything that you can find, just completely fill it in, make sure all of those walls are sealed up. The entire right side of the build wants the exact same treatment as the left, so that should be fairly simple. And the front of the build isn't too complicated either. We want to fill the entire upper level of the build in using stone bricks, the entire upper level. However, on the ground floor, just as with the left and right side, we want to leave that front part open, and we want to connect the two walls together, the two rows of stone bricks that we placed earlier, the separating rows, those two sides, one joining together, so that is set back from the outer part of the ghost train. And once all of that has been filled in using your stone bricks, if games feel...
Oh wow, it's already 11 o'clock p.m. Damn.
We are now able to add some details finally. So, let's make the actual stairs that lead us up to the entrance. We have a bunch of stone bricks on the bottom front right side of the build. I want you to extend the bricks forward by 2 rows. So, just like this, it will create a nice rectangular shape. We then want to place a couple of sets of stone stairs, just leading left in front of the ghost train like this, and this is how we are going to get up to the actual entrance. And speaking of which, we don't really have an entrance or exit yet, but this is really easy to add. So this is actually the exit. This is, as we walk up these stairs, this is where we will actually pop out of, and we have to travel across the front first. So we are going to knock out this stone brick here, this is at the bottom, just right next to the edge, and we want to knock out the 2 left of it. And then 2 rows above this.
Ah, what the hell?
Upside down stone stairs in the 2 corners. Leaving a gap of 1 going left, I want you to create a separating row of grey concrete from the bottom
shit, I forgot
to
the
the
concrete.
top.
Hold on.
On the opposite side of the build over here, we actually want to do the same thing, the bottom to the top. On the opposite side of the build over here, we actually want to do the same thing. So this is the actual entrance. This is where we begin. Leave a gap of 1, destroy this block, 2 to the right, destroy 2 rows above, and then place upside down stairs in the corner. We can actually connect the 2 sides of the ghost train, so the porch to the actual building, together using wall fence. In addition to this, we want wall fence placed across the front of the build, so we leave a gap of 1 from these stone brick pillars, and then we just place our wall fence extending all the way over to the right, literally as far as it will go, and then seal up this little area as well. We of course want the same row of grey concrete that I almost forgot, and that is the lower level mostly complete. We do have more detail to add, but we're taking these things in small strides. So, moving up to the next floor here, we want to have 2 windows on the left and right side of the build. So the windows are 1 row away from the edge, and I want you to destroy from the bottom to the top. Upside down stairs at the bottom, stone slab at the top, and we want to do this with both of the gaps. We also want to be able to exit and enter this part of the building here, so we could just destroy from the top to the bottom, could even add a little stone slab here at the top, and this is where part of the ghost train is actually going to come through, so we will kind of like weave our way through the entire build, so we'll pop out here and then we'll enter here when we actually have an entranceway. But we want to come all the way over to the opposite side here, and we want to do the exact same thing with this little part of the build as we just did over there on the left. So we'll destroy this row here, so we have an entrance/exit, and we have 2 little windows, easy peasy. This is how it looks so far. The middle part of the build, which is very important as well, we want to separate, first of all, using a row of grey concrete.
I swear my roof is leaking.
Middle, dividing it in half like this. We then want to place an entrance and exit slap bang in the middle of this. So we'll leave a gap of 1, destroy a row of 1, 2, 3, 2 rows above it, with upside down stairs just in the corners, and there you go. It's really, really simple. So we do this just on both sides, and there we have it. So
there's a hole in the floor.
we will come out of here, enter here, we will shoot up into the ceiling, come back down, enter this part of the build, and then we will drop down through to the exit, which is just below that particular part of the build. We also have to add, and this might be, we'll do that later as a matter of fact, we have to add some interior walls, but we will work on that a little bit later. So now that we've done this, we are going to come towards the back of the build, ladies and gentlemen, and we can add a little bit of detail back here. So there's not like a bunch of detail to be added or anything, but there's definitely enough that we should probably just get it knocked out now. So on the back of the build, we want to create a couple of separating rows. So these rows are placed here and here, and you're going to be able to see now that I zoom out where these line up with. These line up with the center part of the build, so we want to extend these 2 rows out. Left and right of this, we want to create windows that are equal and opposite to the windows that we have on the front. And if we come over here as well, we want to do the exact same thing. So basically just leaving a row from the side. Upside downstairs at the bottom, slabs at the top, easy peasy, nothing else to say about that. The centre part of the build, we want to, leaving a gap of 1, and we want to create the same set of windows that we actually have on the front. They're not lined up in the same way, but they are built in the same way. So like this, we want to have the, and you can see it's just right in the middle, we want to have the gaps with the stairs up at the top.
Oh dear.
I don't want to put it down. Buzzkill.
You said you wanted to become a doctor. To do more. Lead medical teams. Find new ways to operate.
Oh wait, hold on. Actually, there we go, that's better.
We want to, leaving gaps of 1, place a wall fence across the back centre part of the build. We don't need to have it on the left and right side. So, following a little bit of black concrete and some solar lanterns, this is actually the entire back of the build complete. There's not too much more to it. So, now that we have done all of that, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to work on some of the finer detail. So, the next thing that we are going to work on is pretty much everything in front of the ghost train. So, if we start on the front left-hand corner of the ghost train down here at the bottom and place a row of 7
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7
extending forward with a stone brick on the end, and then extend that forwards by 3, 1, 2, 3, and then left by 3, 1, 2, 3, back 3, join all the way back to the start, and then we're going to dig the centre of this out and then replace the centre with something else. It doesn't really even matter. On the left, back and right sides, we want to add 3 rows of stone brick. So 1, 2, 3, and same.
There we go.
Same across the back. Same on the right side, just like this. Seal the top up. We're going to add a row of glass pane just here on the right side.
Wait, hold on. Let me check the chest real quick though. I should. Yes, I do.
Around the edge, polished deep slate stairs. So just like this. And underneath the corners, we want to add polished deep slate slats. If I can jump this wall, which I apparently can't, my legs are too short, I guess. And there we go, perfect. We're going to add a couple of solar lanterns just to the front of this on the left and right side, but we also want to give this a little roof, which is going to be made using blackstone slabs, all the way around in a little ring, and then we eventually want to peak it in the center, similar to what we did over there on the actual ghost train. On the open part of this little window here, we want an item frame with a paper, and we want to stick a stair here in the back right corner. Oh, we should also extend the glass pane across the top, because otherwise the volunteering worker will escape. So we're going to roll these away for a second. There's going to be a...
Hold on. Oh, there we go. No, that doesn't extend out, it just goes out like that. There we go. Okay, so now, oh yeah, I need to grab the item frame, the paper, which I should still have in here. Yes, I do. Nice. Hold on. I could have sworn I saw a stack of 2 in there. I could have sworn I did. I'm sticking a chest in there now. So I can also get rid of this chest. Now I'm going to stick this here with the ticket. Grab out the glass pane again. And voila. There we go. That's better.
A lot of different material changes here. So
Oh, that's why I was going to need the soul lantern though.
Flint and steel in a chest. So chest in the bottom. Dark oak trapdoor above it in such a way that we can place candles on it. A couple of candles. Light them up.
Unfortunately, I can't stick candles on top of trapdoors.
So
It's not a Bedrock Edition feature.
we grab a shovel. We want to have a couple of rows of grass.
Oh yeah, I have to grab my trusty shovel.
From in front of this little kiosk,
Yoink.
whatever you want to call it, leading towards the back and then across the back. So this is how we are led to the stairs. There we go. So that is how we are led to the stairs like that. So we walk across the front of the building, which by the way, if we grab some stone, I only have stone left. If we have a couple of rows of stone leading across the front of the building, parallel pretty much to the entire front of the ghost train, just like this, and get this filled in. This is going to kind of like set the scene for the area that we have to fill in. And there we go, so that's perfect. So if you can kind of see, we have kind of like a box almost, really. So a couple of rows of stone, joins the grass path goes across the back, then, well, towards the back, and then across the back, and joins to the entrance. If we grab the water fence, we want to also have water fence. So the water fence wants to get placed inside of the stone path that we placed, and we want to place the water fence every other block, and it should kind of like just extend across the front nicely. We also want to extend it towards the back as well, just like this. That's absolutely perfect.
Oh dear.
And I think that we're also going to...
Hold on, I gotta grab my grass block real quick. Hold on. There we go. There we go.
So one of these fence into a lantern. So maybe this one here, the first one that starts to extend towards the back. A couple of fence on top. A couple of walls. So on the back wall here we'll have deep slate wall on top. Cobblestone wall. Underneath it a soul lantern. Just like this. And there's actually a little decoration that I think we might get all on. That we might place.
Ooh.
Because it's like a repeatable decoration. And I think it might be a good idea to place it. So, this decoration in particular that I keep alluding to requires a soul lantern, polished deep slate wall, and a wall sign. And we want to place, in various parts of the build, starting on the front left-hand corner of the build here, we want to place a wall, soul lantern, with wall signs all the way around the edge of this, like so. So, that's one place that we want to reuse this decoration. We want the same decoration right in the middle of the entrance and exit of the train. So, wall, lantern, and then signs around it. So, this is pushed up towards the top of the ceiling there. We want the same thing on the opposite side here as well. So, this is like the actual main entrance here, not the entrance to the right. I guess technically things get confusing because that's like the entrance to the actual ride, and then that's the entrance as well. Anyway. The point is that you can see the 3 sets of lanterns that we want to place in this manner.
Made with no art.
There we go. Perfect. So I'll also grab a little bit of this out. There we go. I just want to connect that up though. Now, here's what I'm also going to need to do though. I'm also going to need to kind of like do the same thing though, all around this entire ride. So technically it'll be going here, then here, then here, here, here. No, not there. But now it's not going to really line up though, like it's supposed to. But this side matches, just this side didn't really match. There we go, that's a bit better. Now I'm going to add the lights though again. Again though, so I'm going to stick one here. I'm going to skip, I'm going to just, well, I want to see if he does any more of it though. So what it looks like though what he's going to do though is he's going to come all the way up to here. Add another soul lantern right here. Isn't that exact block though? I just did that.
We also want to have this exact same thing up here as well. So, hanging off of the grey concrete road, pushing towards
I was
the top
right.
here, we want to have the exact same thing. So, wall, lantern on top, warp signs around it. And we also want to place a couple of warped lanterns on the front of the build, independent of the decoration that we've been adding. And we just want them to hang in front of the left and right side of the build, like this. And then on the back of the build, we have some more of these to place. So on the back of the build, we want to have the warped lanterns, or soul lanterns. I keep calling them. Have I been calling them warped lanterns this entire time, or have I been calling them soul lanterns? Some of you guys have, I bet, have been driven crazy. I apologise. I have no idea what I've been calling these, but soul lanterns anyway. So soul lanterns hanging off the back.
Oh wow, I did not realize I actually lined them up perfectly.
I just want to have one here, so just like right in the middle, just like this. Right on the middle of the back of the build, and there we go. That keeps things just like nice and brightish. I know it's the middle of the day, but you guys get the idea. This place looks really cool at night. So that is all of that particular decoration placed. And whilst we have the warped fence, or soul fence as I might have been calling it, we want to leave a gap of one and place a row of warped fence. I literally almost call it soul fence. Warped fence connecting the left and right side of the build together. At the front, just in the middle. And there we go, that's absolutely perfect. And once we've done that, that further propels us towards detailing the rest of the build. So, to detail the rest of the build, which we do indeed have to do.
Okay, so it looks like though that the that there's like no more of these lights though, so I'm definitely gonna stick one here. I'm gonna skip one, skip one, skip one. Skip one. There we go. And the reason why though I need to do that though is because of this. This is the reason why I need to skip one. There we go. Nice. And I'm going to need to do the same thing though on these ones as well. It's just going to be kind of difficult to do over here though, because of like, well, of the main pathway though leading up to this though. So I might have an idea though of how I can actually do this though, but I just gotta see how it'll look though from this side though. Do that, because if I do it there, then I can stick another one there, but they don't kind of interfere with that one. If I leave it here, then it won't interfere at all, and I can hang it over the path though, which I'm gonna want to do. We're actually going to want to hang these over the pathway though of it actually. And I just broke that grass block again, not meaning to. No, not there. Oh, wait, yeah. Yeah, there. Not there. And then there. It's just because it's gonna look spooky. Because it's just gonna look spooky at night. And I definitely placed these in the wrong spot, though. And then what I should do, though, is I should actually fix these right here to where they alternate, though, rather than being on the same one, because then it's going to interfere again. Like this. So it can kind of like correspond with this, though, as well, though. Like so. And then what I can then do, though, is then do a little bit of this. And it's a good thing I kind of did this pathway first, though, a little bit, though. It is kind of good, though, I did it like that. Oh, wait, except for over here, I gotta fix this side, too, now. Well, not really, though, because this side has, like, a 3-block gap rather than a 2-block gap. So this side's completely fine, though. If I just leave it like this, though, it's completely fine. But, oh, wait, you're gonna hit your head on the lanterns. So I do have to stick it like this. Because you're gonna hit your head on the lanterns. Oh, okay. So I do kind of have to stick it, like, not directly on the path. Or else you're gonna hit your head on the lanterns. So what I could do, though, is I could just go and put it back to where it originally was, though. But I'm not gonna do that. Why? Because it's too time consuming. Oh dear. Put that back. There we go. There we go. Nicely done. Because if you kind of think about it, though, having like all these extra lights, though, makes it look more spooky. Like, it's like you're walking straight up to it's like an actual graveyard, a little bit. This is actually starting to give me chills down my spine now. But hey, it's a ghost train. What would I expect? Imagine if this dude gets an eye patch. Screw you, baby villager. Imagine if this dude gets an eye patch. Ah, damn it. Hold on. I gotta... Where'd the other guy go? Where did the other guy go? There we go. Okay, good. Okay. So unfortunately, bro did not get the eye patch down like I wanted, but it is what it is. Okay, so now the pathway's done, which is good.
We are going to... By the way, this chest here, we use a couple of chests in this build. One of them is in here, and the other one is here, right at the actual like start of the run. So this is where we're going to store minecarts. We will never need chests again. So, nor do we ever need dark oak trapdoors again. So, for the front part of the build, we are going to use a bunch of different things. I'm going to start by grabbing lime glass and lime concrete. I'm then going to grab soul sand, coarser, hobzop, and I also want to grab some... We'll grab a few different sets of stairs, and also polished deep slate.
Okay, so... grab some soul sand as well. So it's soil, the sand will be down here. I need to grab coarse dirt and podzol. I'm also going to need to grab out the stone stairs again. I'm going to keep the grass block though, just in case. And then I'm going to need cobblestone stairs. There we go. Then I need polished deep slate stairs. And polished deep slate wall.
Wall as well. So let's start off with this because there's just a bunch of stuff we need down here. So on the right side of the build here, I kind of want to make what I would call an...
Okay.
Yeah. So on the right side of the build here, I kind of want to make...
Okay, so where is it in between though?
Just a bunch of stuff we need down here. So on the...
Okay, so it goes 1, 2, 3. So it's in between it's in between here though. 3 and 4.
Right side the build here, I kind of want to make what I would call an ooze pit. And you can see what...
Oh, why is my hand getting itchy now all of a
There's
sudden?
already a little bit of lime concrete built into the floor here. I won't explain to you why that's there, but it is. It is there for a reason. So, anyway, we want to dig out an area on the right side of the build here, maybe even a little bit small.
Hold on. Like that? Or like this? I think I'm looking for a little something like this though. Oh man, that's giving me a bit of a headache. There we go. But this will also be the last video of the night though, because while this video is uploaded though, I'll be going to bed.
Experiment with this. And we want to dig 2 rows into the ground, kind of like an abstract shape, replace the blocks in the ground using lime concrete, and then we want to have the lime glass placed
Oh, like that.
to make what I would describe as just like a little ooze pit. Kind of looks like something you wouldn't want to fall with. I certainly wouldn't. We want to have a couple of gravestones placed in the front of this as well. So gravestones are very easily made by placing 2 back-to-back stairs together. And then in front of said stairs, if we dig a couple of rows and replace that with podzol, or a mixture of podzol and coarse dirt, or a mixture of podzol, coarse dirt and soul sand, or a mixture of either of the 3 in any sort of combination you want, you can have a little gravestone. There's also an additional way to make a little gravestone or a grave marker. If we leave a gap of 2 between this, because this requires a bit more room, and we place ourselves a wall, I'm using polished deep slate wall, chiseled polished deep slate, chiseled polished black stone in the centre, and then polished deep slate wall either side of it, it just looks like a little cross or a grave marker. And then similarly, if we just dig a couple of rows in front, place a podzol, coarse dirt, place a podzol, and whatever you want, just in front of this, or even double podzol, looks
Oh,
like
damn it.
then we have a little grave marker. I want a couple
Damn,
of
I have to go there and
graves
slow my shovel.
so as we walk in, kind of like leading us towards the actual ghost train as well. So my personal favourite combination is cobblestone stairs with a stone stair. So I'm going to place that, leave the gap of 1, and then have the exact same thing. And then once again, both of these might be podzol, or I'll make like one of these just straight up podzol, and then I'll add coal sand, and then podzol in between. I think that looks good. So it basically, like, if you just use podzol, or if you just use one of the materials, it looks fine, but if you mix it up, it kind of looks like the ground is disheveled, meaning, you know, somebody has been in and out of the grave. So, using a bit of imagination there. I'm going to rough up the ground a little bit and place some coarse dirt, podzol, soul sand, just about the place, just mess it up a bit.
You know you could be vaping formaldehyde, which is used in taxidermy. Yeesh.
You realize how much
No,
money this
that's
will
like
save us?
literally
Sure.
connected though
Just
to
like
each other
budgeting
though.
app with Base 44. Look.
From here, we are going to just quickly dump all this out a little bit, and we need some plants. So let's come and investigate this little chest, and we are going to grab. We need a bunch of different. So we need to make some ghosts as well, which are quite fun. So I'm going
Okay, so, oh, that's right, I forgot about the ghosts. I completely forgot about the ghosts. Wait, I only need 2. Hold on. I only need 2 white banners, that's right. But I am going to need a lot of black dye and a lot of white dye. And I did forget about the loom. To grab the loom as well. Let me grab it real quick. Got it. Now, definitely not one of them, though. Definitely goes like this. Now, how do I do the other one, though?
I'm going to grab a loom. White stained glass, white banner. I do believe it's a white banner, yes. With some black dye and some white dye. But we need just a bunch of different plants. So, crimson fungus, crimson roots, warp roots, twisting vine.
Oh, okay, hold on. So, I need to go down to... Okay, so I need to find the mushroom area, though, which is right here. So I need to get the crimson fungus. I need to grab crimson roots. I need to grab these 2. Now, where would the roots be? I don't remember. Nether sprouts, no. I know they're around here somewhere. I know they are. Just, where are they? They're not there. Definitely not there. So, where are they? They're not a seed. They're not here. So, where am I? I think I'm dumb. I think I might be blind. Because I can't find them. Yeah, I think I might be blind or something. Because they're not part of that like they should have been. They're definitely not under saplings. Oh yeah, I am going to need nether warts. Here, you know what? I'm going to stick the nether warts, though, on the soul sand first, though. There we go. Okay, then I'm going to need to stick the soul sand back in my... that back in my inventory, though. I'm going to keep the loom where it should be, though. But I still need to find the roots, though. But where would the roots be classified as? I am surprised they're not part of these roots right here. I'm surprised. Unless... No, they wouldn't be in construction. They wouldn't be. They would definitely not be in here. Definitely not. So they have to be in here somewhere. But where exactly are they? Because I swear I know where they're at, but I don't remember at the same time. So, where are they? Because I know they're under nature, though. I know they're under nature. I have a feeling that they're under nature, and I'm just missing them somehow. You know, I'm gonna go to search. I'm gonna search up roots. I freaking knew it. I knew they would be under nature. I knew they would be under nature. But where under nature? I knew that there would be under here somewhere. Part of the seeds? I don't know. There wouldn't be. I had a sneaky hunch they wouldn't be part of the seeds or the saplings, but I thought they would be like part of like this stuff right here. But apparently, that's only nether sprouts. That's part of it. Wait. They were underneath the frickin'... They were underneath the flower the entire frickin' damn time. Bro. So I'm going to stick this right here. No, there. Weeping vines. Oh wait, I don't need weeping vines yet. Oh wait, he didn't grab weeping vines actually. Whoopsie. Yeah, I just made a mistake right there though, to be honest.
Vines. Something that I don't have as well, actually, which is good, is a dead bush. So
Oh, I am going to need a dead bush.
that as well. We can also use some Neverwort as well because we have some soul sand. And a little bit later on, as we move through this, we'll need the stonecutter, player head. We will also be reusing some of the ground blocks as well. Skeleton skull, some zombie heads we'll need as well. Chains are also a really good decoration to kind of hang about the place, and maybe even, probably not any more soul lanterns. Candles are always good, flint and steel, some stone slabs, some cobblestone walls.
There we go.
And we'll kind of just leave it at that, and we'll just grab stuff as we
Okay, so I'm gonna need some heads though, real quick though, like a skeleton, like a zombie head, a skeleton head. So I'm gonna stick the skeleton head here, the zombie head right here. Stick a zombie head over here, facing that way. Then I'm gonna stick a skeleton skull right there. Then I just realized I need to place down more Netherwarts. I don't know why I got rid of the skull, and I could have kept it. But it is what it is. Okay, so... Oh wait, oh that's right, I need to grab chains, I need to grab stonecutter. Where's the stonecutter? The stonecutter should be down here though, right? Oh wait, hold on. First I'm gonna grab chains. But the thing is though, I'm technically out of inventory space, so I have an idea. Put the shovel back inside this chest and get rid of the stuff that I no longer need. Like I no longer need this, I no longer need this, I no longer need that. Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, I think that's about it. So now I have more inventory space. So then, now, the thing is though, I am missing the skull, like 2 more skulls. Well, technically heads, so which is the player head and the skeleton skull. I'm missing those 2 again. What else am I missing? Oh yeah, the stonecutter and redstone dust. So I'm gonna grab the redstone dust. Where on earth is this stonecutter? Ah, there it is. Found it. I found the stonecutter.
So, first thing that I'm excited about is the ghost. So we're going to make one. And we actually need 2 white banners for this, by the way, because we need to make two different banners. So, throw a loop down on the ground, open it up, and place a white banner in here. Black dye in the loop. Place a horizontal row of black dye straight through the middle. Grab the black dye, throw white dye in there instead, and place a horizontal row, or rather a vertical row of white dye straight into the center. Black dye out, black dye in, and now we want to place, what is the technical word for this? Black base indented, so we want to place that. But grab the other white banner, throw that in there because we're done with that first one, and then we want to have the same black base indented as well. And this, believe it or not, is all you need to make a ghost. So one ghost I'm going to place over here on the left. It's going to be floating off of the ground, and I have found that I like the white glass for this as a base to hang, first of all, banner number 1 straight off the front, and then banner number 2 off on each side. And that is kind of like a cool floating ghost. Really, really simple. I want to have a similar sort of thing just over here on the right next to this grave, just a couple of rows off the ground at a different altitude and also at different points, so maybe we'll have this set just 1 row backwards, and then banner number 1 on the front and banner number 2 all the way around.
Oh wait, so I was
So
right
we
though.
just have
It
a
is
couple
getting
of
back here.
ghosts kind of floating around doing what they do. Crimson roots and crimson fungus can be used sparingly or not so sparingly.
Yeah, I already did that though. So I'm gonna need to keep these 2 though, but I'm